Hey everyone, this is Josh from before. I'm here with McFarlane Toys, Batman 66 classic TV series. I've got Batman and Robin here that I found in the store. I've got the Batmobile here that I've had for like 2 months. The rollout for this wave, for this line has been really, really bad. And who knows what factors are in play, you know, like there's shipping issues all over the country, all over the world right now. But like, just give you an idea of like what I've experienced, and I think a lot of other people have experienced. I was able to pre-order the Batmobile and the Batcave on Target's website. The Batmobile showed up like I said, like 2 months ago. The Batcave got delayed and delayed and delayed until they just canceled my pre-order because Target really sucks shit. And then these still have not gone up on Target's website. What has gone up is the unmasked versions, which is bonkers to me. I don't know who's wanting to pre-order those before they actually have these in hand. Anyway, I found these in the store, and it was just these two. Still haven't seen the Joker in person yet. And like honestly, it's just it's just been kind of annoying. It's not like the end of the world that we have to wait a couple months for a couple toys. It's not obviously not the worst problem in the world, but it's a bit annoying, and it does make me kind of feel like Target canceled my Batcave. Can't seem to get these all in one go, the way I'd liked to. But now that I kind of I've got this pair and I've got the Batmobile, so maybe depending on my reaction to these, maybe I don't go after that Batcave, or I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see how I feel once I get through these. Let's see. These are really pretty sharp looking packages here. Although I have to admit that I really dislike blisters. It's just a personal thing. I just always feel very, very bad about opening them up, regardless of whether they're a hot item or have any value down the road. It's just still something about it feels very unpleasant about tearing open a blister pack. But let's get into these. We'll see what they've got to offer. Man, I just hate doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anybody else out there feel that way? Just hate opening up a blister. And and I say that as somebody who I don't keep anything in the box. I don't buy toys to keep them in the box. Or for speculative value down the road. I buy them to open them up and have fun, but it still kind of pains me to deface a nice looking blister. Here he is, Adam West, Batman. Really, honestly, really clean looking. The paint looks good. The sculpt looks good. There's some interesting stuff in here. Okay, hang on. We'll find out. I gotta say, I'm very much not a fan of cloth capes, but considering these are kind of, I think, meant to fit sort of a throwback kind of feel, I can live with that. But I really would love to see these done in the 7-inch like multiverse line. Let's just start moving them around. I think we know we're not expecting the kind of articulation that we would see in the multiverse line. So he's got these, arms. There's no bicep there. He's got a single elbow that also has a swivel. And I didn't expect this, but he's got this forearm rotation right where the gloves are, which is nice. Those are not ball joints. On the wrists, that's just a swivel. Cut right there above the belt. That little gripe that you can see this blue behind the belt. I wish that was gray or something else, because it's just not a perfect blend right there. single knees, but they have a swivel as well. No ankles. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 points of articulation, which isn't, it's not terrible, considering this is a smaller thing. Got some real, this plastic's kind of stressed out on his finger there. Can you see that? Let's get real close. That's unfortunate, especially unfortunate considering these guys don't have any accessories. They got these cute little, you know, sound effects things, which are definitely fun. I love the idea, and they clip onto the wrist, but there's no accessories, so these can't hold anything. I mean, I guess you could hold the steering wheel of the Batmobile, maybe. We'll find out, but I don't know. And just so we see where we're coming in here, it says he's right at 6 inches, basically. But you bring in a legend, he's still pretty diminutive compared to that Marvel legend. So as far as like, if you thought, oh, now finally I can take some pictures of some Batman, some DC characters, some Todd Batman DC characters next to my legends, still not going to be a perfect match. But this thing, I mean, it looks pretty good. That face sculpt and the paint on the face sculpt, that's pretty good. This looks, to me, I mean, I would say this looks better than almost any of the live action multiverse characters. The biggest exception being maybe the Henry Cavill one. But generally when they do those live action characters, they don't quite, maybe the Cyborg Ray Fisher looks, you know, is up there, but for me, if you watch my reviews, you know there's always something kind of lacking in the live action portraits for me. Here is Robin. It's pretty wild that the multiverse line's been out for like 2 years now, and this is the first just Dick Grayson Robin that we've got. Like, they haven't even done a multiverse one. And this one, his the sculpt on his body and his costume look really great. The face is not quite Burt Ward. It's a little, he's got kind of this chipmunk cheek sort of thing. I mean, I don't know. I've said this before, but like, sometimes I think the way that they apply the paint causes some of these weird like some of these head sculpts that they don't quite look right. I feel like underneath that paint that maybe it looks a little bit better, but just the way that they apply it just makes it you know, like a little millimeter of paint can actually really throw off you know, a sculpt, especially when it's the size of your, you know, pinky. So he's got the same articulation. Those elbows are a little bit more loud on him on the inside there. Again, an open hand to hold the accessories that he doesn't have. A little bit more, a little tighter in there in that waist. But essentially the same articulation points. You can see actually when you do that, I don't know if you're anybody who was like big on McFarlane stuff when they were doing kind of their 5-inch scale. These kind of seem a little similar. Actually, hang on one second. See, here's a 5-inch comic Rick Grimes. You know, if you were picking up any of the McFarlane stuff back in this era, some of them were, you know, interesting and nice, but like they were just so delicate, had so many QC issues, would break all the time. These are a little beefier, feel a little sturdier, better quality plastic, but obviously way less paint. Here, I clipped on their little sound effects here. Again, it's a good idea. I can't really complain about that. That's pretty fun. Pretty ingenious little thing. I really like the way they have this little like half-tone texture kind of printed on them. They're cute. They look nice. It's a good idea. Fits in with the source material. Again, weird that he's, you know, doesn't have a fist to kind of throw a real punch with his right hand, but I mean, but really that's the pose we want to see, right? Just like the intro of the TV show, the running, and that they look good. They really do. They look good. I mean, you can say whatever you want about this unusual sort of hybrid model of like, is it a throwback retro figure? Is it modern? It's a little bit of both. I mean, I don't know. To me, these look better than the Mattel ones. Yeah, you know, you don't have to agree with me, but I think they do, and they certainly they feel nice in hand. A little lightweight compared to the multiverse, but you know. Okay, and now it's time to get this Batmobile out. Before I do, I just want to say, and I don't know what the solution here is. I just can't stand these open boxes. They're just completely exposed to all the elements. They could easily just get hogged up. People putting their grubby mitts on it, or something falls on it because it's just at, you know, Target, and kids are throwing shit all over it, you know, what have you. Fortunately, this one doesn't seem like it's been dinged up or anything. So let's get them out. So I grew up in the era of Tim Burton's Batman, you know, the Michael Keaton movies coming out. And obviously that was my big obsession, but the Batman 66 show would be on all the time, and I actually, you end up watching that almost more than you watch the movie, and you like. So when I would play with my toys, I would be the Michael Keaton Batman, but I would kind of also be inspired by scenarios from the 66 show. Namely, especially the big thing for me was I would always have a little thing that flipped down whenever the Batmobile left the Batcave. Here it is out of the box. It's got a little dusty while it was sitting on my shelf for 2 months unopened. This thing looks pretty sharp. I sure wish they would have been able to hit it with some candy coated paint. You know, some that looked kind of like had the sheen of like Red Hood's helmet from the Multiverse line, something like that. Because this is nice and all, but it just doesn't look like it's coated in car paint. Details are you know, it's in there, but it's a little minimal-ish. This I think just based on the photos I've seen that we're gonna have some issues with the scale once we try to set them inside there. Standing right next to it, they look all right here. Give you a little idea of. And if you want to know what a 7-inch figure looks like next to these guys. All right, so the real question now is going to be, can these guys fit in here? Let's find out. So here's the thing. This has sculpted in here. There's a firewall right there that lines up with where the front tire starts, basically. So you see this right here. There's a wall basically right there that runs across this whole thing. Which keeps their feet from going in any further. And I understand why you would have that cut out there for the tire, but you could have a bigger gap in there, and the legs could. What's happening is these legs just hit that wall, and they don't want to go in any further. And because these things just have these cut joints, you can't. You know, if it's something where I can make them sit like kind of cross-legged, or you know, like anything to just, you know, maybe make those legs work a little bit better. Oh, by the way, I just noticed this is soft right here. You see it lift when it lifts his legs. So maybe if I can get his hips up as high as I can, and then maybe a little bend in his knees. Let's see. That's as far down. That's as far down as he's gonna get. I don't think there's a configuration. I mean, honestly, it makes me want to get a Dremel. Maybe even take this thing apart, honestly. Maybe pull some of these screwdrivers out and just cut that firewall out so that they can get more snug down in there. I mean, another thing is that these seats, the bottom of the seats are raised. Like, they don't have to be. They don't have to be raised. Like, it's just making this guy sit up taller. So that's another thing. Maybe you shave down this seat here so it just sits, their butts sit flush against the bottom. I don't know. Yeah, this sucks. This is a pain in the ass to get this in here. It doesn't fit right. Look at this. His eyeballs are clear over the visor here, the bubble cockpit thing. It was a real pain in the ass to get him in there. No, that's just not gonna work for me. Like, their heads are hanging out of the damn thing. I don't like it. I just can't. That just annoys me really bad. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it makes me want to not put these guys in the car. You know, they just don't fit in there right. Which is too bad, because there's a couple, like I said, I pointed out a couple things that could be done to maybe just mod this a bit and get them to sit down there more flush, get their heads in the place where they should be. And the other thing is these figures are they're $17.99. It's really not a good price point when your 7-inch multiverse figures are $20. So you're telling me this Robin is $2 less than this Batman? Get out of here. That's a terrible price point. So as far as, do I keep going down this this rabbit hole with this line? I guess we'll just see. If I go to the store and I see Joker and the Batcave like in one go, I'll probably pick them up. If I go and I just see the Batcave, I'm gonna probably have to think about it. Not fully sold. I want to like them. I do. I with the, like, again, I don't like fabric cloth capes, but this is kind of a cool, cute little throwback kind of style. Very similar to the kind of Toy Biz era, which is fun, but just the execution, like, this could have at least fit in this car better. Man, that's it. That's all I got for this one. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.